Welcome back to BroBots in Disguise, part 2 of episode 23. Last time we talked about the episode's Web World, Carnage in C minor, and the big broadcast of 2006. Today we will finish up our discussion with the Quintesson Journal, the ultimate weapon, and our segments. Alright, let's get into it.
And we're back with the Quintesson Journal. Quintesson Journal. Quintessons? By Acom. It's not as bad in this one.
Animated by.
Yeah, animated by Acom.
Yeah, this is also one of their better looking episodes.
Yeah.
As Acom gets more episodes, they have a lot of episodes that look decent.
Give him a chance, Precious. Give him a chance.
In season 3, you know.
While Rodimus and Spike hold a peace conference with Zertaxis and Lanark, a deadly race between Quintessons, Autobots, and Decepticons for the Quintesson Journal crisscrosses space and time. At last, Skylynx and crew capture it and reveal that the Quintessons escalated the war between Zertaxis and Lanark, bringing an uneasy ceasefire to the planets and destroying the Quintessons. I don't know if it's like fully destroying them, but it's destroying this group of Quintessons, that's for sure.
That ship crashed into that asteroid and blew up with 2 world-ending bombs on it.
I ain't seen no body, though.
yeah. Well, like we said, at least one survived. If these are the last of the 5-face Quintessons, then at least one survived, because we see them in a later episode. But, yeah.
Kind of one of
at least one, and you know, these may not be the actual last Quintessons. It was just that these guys definitely died.
Yeah, this group of Quintessons. They're dead.
Yeah. Also, when I say crisscross, this episode and last episode have a lot of going back and forth between different locations.
That title card, the Autobot Decepticon is doing some overtime in this one. But kind of the standout of this one is Zertaxis and Lanark as 2 societies that are constantly at war with each other.
Or are they in suits?
I thought they were robots.
Zertaxis is the one that's wearing a turban.
Yes, and they got like the little Lego piece goggle eyes.
Yeah, and then Lanark has mustaches.
Yeah, they got a mustache and a metal mohawk sort of look, and they kind of look like Mad Max mixed with a Roman legionary.
I like their designs.
I love the designs of these two
guys. Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for any robot design that has fabric.
Yes.
Wrapped around it in some way.
Megatron wearing the cape in Dark of the Moon is the best part of that movie.
Yes. And they're both a very, very on the nose parallel for the Autobots and Decepticons. 2 separate races of robotic creatures that are constantly at war with each other.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe the recent intergalactic war that just happened in the last episode.
Maybe they started going at war with each other.
Maybe they finally realized that their feud needed to end. Because their feud has been going on for centuries.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Autobots are just helping clean up that intergalactic war. The Autobots are just enforcing peace on these 2. Like, all right, you guys need to stop it.
It could be that the subliminal messaging, like they were just doing like little Cold War stuff with each other.
Yeah.
And then the subliminal messaging led to them going all out warfare.
Well, no, we see in the history tapes that they've had all-out warfare for centuries.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, because not just from the Quintesson Journal, but also from the little slideshow that is shown at the beginning of the episode.
This could also be maybe the subliminal messaging made them both realize we need an ultimate weapon.
Right. It's a really great plot that these people thought they just had a feud going on, but it's been being fed by more weapons and lies from the Quintessons.
I love that this episode is just, all right, kids, today we're going to learn about how the military-industrial complex works.
It's too real.
It's so real. It's like, this is the CIA.
I also thought it was very interesting how wowed they were by Skylynx.
Yes.
Like, do you think that plays into some sort of, like, mythology for the 2 of them? Like,
well, that could be.
Like, I could see this being, like, cut from the episode, but like in earlier drafts, maybe like we had a prophecy that the flying sphinx, or what is he, griffin, the flying griffin, the white griffin, would one day show up and bring peace to our warring feud, or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, but they cut it out, and I don't think it's necessary to have it in. Maybe they were just shocked that he just smashed through the wall and could have sucked everybody into space.
I think that's mainly what it is that like, oh my gosh, a guy just came in through the ceiling.
But I love Rodimus's aggressive negotiations in the ruined room, where he just grabs people and throws them into chairs. Like, they're just, all that's left is the chairs, and the whole room is ruined.
Yes.
And he's just like, we're gonna talk it out. We're Autobots.
I love moments where Rodimus kind of shows that he is a capable leader.
Yeah.
When he's not leading by conventional standards.
Yes.
That's when he's in his element the most, is that when he's not beholden to all of the pomp and the circumstance and the procedure. He's his best when he's breaking the rules and just like, come here!
Yeah, because he and Spike in this episode are trying to have like just a normal discussion, peace talks, treaties and stuff, ambassador type stuff with these two. But it just devolves so quickly, and Rodimus takes that personally, and he's just like, all right, sit down, we're going to have a talk.
Yeah.
But I think the episode would have been stronger if he had forced both of them to work together, Zertaxis and Lanark. If he had forced both of them to work together to take down the Quintesson ship at the end.
Yes, that would have been perfect. Because, basically what it boils down to at the end of this is Ultra Magnus and Rodimus just shooting at the Quintesson ship until it blows up. Like
taking a page out of Spike's playbook.
Yeah, just shoot it until it dies.
Right. It just crashes into an asteroid and explodes.
Yeah.
Which is a great ending to the episode.
Look,
but like,
the Quintessons are moving out of Cybertron's orbit!
Alright, a few quick notes I want to note. In the Quintesson journal, they mentioned the Tixlons, which appear to be a human-like species.
Yes.
Which kind of jives with the images in the Quintesson criminal disposal transporter from Madman's Paradise.
Yeah, we kind of skimmed over it, but like the whole thing is like the Quintesson journal. What's in the Quintesson journal? Why do they want it so much? And it's essentially just like a list of receipts. It's a detailed list of all of the people that they've swindled, that they've made deals with, that they've sold weapons to.
It's a records of all their war profiteering and tech specs on how to do it. Galvatron apparently thought that it would contain plans for Quintesson weapons or something.
Right.
But no, it's just receipts.
I love how it's like, this is our detailed list of how we've manipulated all of these different societies throughout the centuries. And Galvatron instantly says, this is worthless!
But then apparently he knows about the peace talks, because he's like, hang on, isn't that the two planets?
Yeah.
When it mentions the Toxis and Lanark.
I think he's just got his targeting reticule over that.
Mm-hmm, yeah. The Tixlons are mentioned, which are a human-like species. I thought that was interesting. And some Stargate vibes. The Quintessons apparently made plantobots for them, so that makes me wonder if they also created the Morphobots.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Which both have very Quintesson-esque architecture.
Yeah. Speaking of Quintesson architecture, like, there's... I can't remember which one it is, but they talk about the fact that they specifically built factories for this one species that were made to pollute the atmosphere.
Yes.
And pollute the environment.
I think that was for the Tixlons, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah. Because that's why they made them plantobots, to replace that.
Right. Which, they're like cybernetic versions of plants and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, the environment. Which makes me think that this might have been what Quintessa used to be.
Yeah.
Is that it was a planet that they swindled out of their resources and eventually cyberformed to fit their own needs and stuff. Yeah. Like, which would be so accurate for the Quintessons to their home planet isn't even their home planet. Like, they stole it from somebody.
Yeah, no, I believe, that is what they do, is that they start out selling one thing and then, oh, that's causing a problem. Well, we can sell you a solution to that problem.
Yeah.
And they they're
They sell you the problem so they can sell you the solution.
they're aggressive capitalists.
Yes.
They're serial
Serial swindlers.
serial opportunists, and they create their own opportunities.
It's amazing that Swindle the Decepticon never meets a Quintesson.
Yeah, he does in Five Faces of Darkness.
Oh.
Remember, he kind of remotely guides the negotiations.
Oh, yeah.
As one of the Stunticons defers to him. Perceptor now knows the old Quintesson frequencies, apparently.
Yes.
Quintessons can use tractor beams through space bridges.
I love their little, speaking of tractor beams, the little, like, tractor beam gun thing.
Yeah,
The
I love
pistol.
the little tentacle wrapped around the gun, too.
Yeah.
What horrible guards they are, though. They just glue the this is probably just an animation thing, an ACOM thing, but they just like glued the journal to the wall.
Yes.
Right across from the prison.
Yeah, I do love the little gag with the Sharkticon.
Outback gets some screen time in this episode.
Yes!
And he bribes the Sharkticon.
Yes.
I love that.
Offered them an Energon goodie. It's consistent.
Yeah, it is consistent. They go to a planet that reminds me of Jungle Planet from Cybertron.
Yeah, there's like a whole little venturing through the jungle montage.
Especially with the vines.
Yes.
The living vines.
This planet is alive.
I love that shot of Cyclonus and the moving stars with the theme of... it's been a theme of him having to run things for Galvatron in the last couple episodes.
Yes.
Not in Carnage in C minor, but the other two episodes we talked about, obviously.
Yeah.
Who is Melkor?
That's such a good question.
He's like got a bad Middle Eastern accent or something, but he looks like one of the Autobot pretenders from later on.
Yeah.
In Generation 1. The yellow one. What's his name? Yeah, he kind of looks like he's wearing armor like Landmine, the Pretender.
Okay.
So it made me wonder if he was a pretender in a pretender shell, or if Melkor is just some human with rad armor, or if, like, who is Melkor?
Yeah.
And why does he have the same name as the Valar from the Silmarillion? But it's neat to see Spike helping with Rodimus in the peace talks. And I want to know, why is the Alligator Con so interested in the prophets and so involved near the end of the episode?
Yeah, he just randomly... I think it was just an ACOMism of attributing a Quintesson's dialogue to a Sharkticon character model. But it would be really funny.
For a second, I thought that since they got the journal back, he just went ahead and executed the other two Quintessons. Yeah. But then one of them shows back up, so there's at least two Quintessons in the ship when it blows up.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it was easy to get the journal, was because they executed. But yeah, no, they were not executed. I don't think so. It could also be that the Quintessons on that ship were just the two that were slated for execution, and they were going to blow up with the bombs anyway.
Maybe they were fall guys.
They were going to take the bombs to the planets and blow them up.
Maybe what they didn't realize was that the bombs were never going to leave the ship. They were just like, oh, you're going to pilot this thing into the planet like a spear.
Yeah, I think they were on board with it because they were on board with being executed.
Yeah.
So...
they're weird like that.
They're weird like that, yeah. They
got nuked. Those guys are gone.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it also is a good like a reflection point on like how much the Quintessons have manipulated the Autobots and Decepticons over the vast thousands of millennia, and how easily it is that these, like, the conflicts can be manipulated by these guys.
It makes me wonder if maybe between this and the last episode, I wonder if this is sort of how some of the many Autobot and Decepticon wars, because there's always been so many Autobot and Decepticon wars throughout Cybertron's history. I wonder if the Quintessons have been shooting subliminal messages into their televisions to start some of these wars.
Yeah, or like, supplied the Autobots with some more weapons, or the means Heck, maybe even the means to transform. Who knows?
Ooh, that could be, yeah, kind of a Transformers 1 situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, well, in the Covenant of Primus, I mean, that's basically exactly what happens.
Right.
But yeah, interesting episode. And yeah, it goes to expose Twitter. They're just trying to get inside your heads and make a profit off of you.
It's a conspiracy, man!
Yeah, they are making a profit off of your anger towards somebody that you could get along with.
Yep.
If you just got off of social media.
Look,
touch grass!
Sometimes you just gotta step away from the keyboard and remember that there's maybe a Satarxen or a Lanark on the other side of that computer screen.
But the Quintessons want you to kill them.
Yes.
Because it will make them money.
Exactly.
Anyway, alright. I think that's about all I had to say for that episode.
Good one.
Good
I
one.
like it.
Yeah, I like this two-parter.
Yeah.
It's
a good little two-parter. It's funny how little the Quintesson Journal actually factors into the overarching plot. It's necessary.
It's the final, thing at the end.
It's the nail in the coffin, but it's very inconsequential for most of it.
It shows what it helps them come to terms with their war. Bro, I just had a theory. So the Lanarks kind of look like some of the ancient Decepticons from Five-Face Darkness flashback. So what if these guys are robots and the Quintessons made them also? And the Quintessons just love to build robots that they can sell to other people until they become sentient, and then they pretend to get kicked off the planet, and then they profit. They just build their markets. And they just keep profiting off of these robots that they build.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. They're already invested in so many convoluted schemes.
When you can live functionally forever, you just build your own markets. That's wild.
Oh man.
This episode just got even darker.
They would. They definitely would.
I would like to think that this is a unrelated species of robots, but it would be interesting if Zatarxis and Lanark were once the same species of robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, because I don't think they transform.
Yeah, they don't really look like it. I do love their kind of the aesthetic of just the way that they look in general.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Anyway. Alright, with that, let's go on to our next episode. And we're back with The Ultimate Weapon, which was animated by Toei, Studio Look, and Seiyung Animation.
Seiyung!
Finally! Gosh, this episode looks so darn good. There's a few shots that are near movie level visuals.
I know, the Metroplex fight, especially.
Well, there's a few effects, like the little laser fireflies that float around in the computers. Those are straight out of the movie.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. I don't know what they do or why they're there, but they look cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, this episode looks beautiful. So good. Oh, yeah, the synopsis. There is a plot to this episode. Yeah, it doesn't just look good.
There is.
Swindle plays on First Aid's pacifism to steal Metroplex's transformation cog. This leads First Aid to leave the Autobots in disgrace. Trypticon attacks, but the Autobots steal his transformation cog. Both sides use the other's cogs to jerry-rig their respective titans. The ensuing battle is a mess until First Aid is encouraged to return, fully repair Metroplex, and save the day.
Yes.
Hey, it's Octane!
He's here!
Octane is in this episode for one shot.
Yep.
And I don't know how he's still alive, but he's there.
My boy is still alive.
He's out there.
He's not dead.
Scamper and Slammer are briefly seen in this episode in glorious Toei animation.
Oh, yes.
They're both in vehicle mode, just driving around inside Metroplex. But, yeah. Why is the French mob blowing up military windmills in the Netherlands?
Because it is the year 2006, and the most violent place is the Netherlands. Because the French mafia is running amok to the point where Granny needs a gun in her flower vase.
Is she a secret agent, or does just everybody have a gun
I
in
think
Holland?
the Netherlands are just that thug, man. Everyone needs a gun on them.
Okay. Also, we didn't point out that the big broadcast of 2006 marks the transition to the year 2006.
Oh yeah, it is the year 2006.
Yeah. Anyway, so is Galvatron just hiring the French mob?
Yes.
Because it turns out that there's like, apparently there was a big problem going on if like Metroplex and the Protectobots were moved to the Netherlands or Holland or wherever we are. That's the same place, isn't it?
Yes. Totally.
I'm just thinking of what's it called? Holland Gundam.
Oh, yeah.
Neo Holland, Neo Netherlands.
Windmill Gundam.
The Windmill Gundam. Anyway.
We should probably cover that someday in the far future.
Okay, if we ever get Patreon and we get paid to do this, we should do like other shows on our
This is our way of announcing that we have a Patreon.
I wish.
Yeah.
We should, maybe after we finish Generation 1, we should set that up. I want to try to get like at least 100 subscribers on YouTube.
Let's go for it.
Get some money. I don't know. Anyway, no.
We do it for the love of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, so they've been moved here to protect people, and Rodimus tells them they're doing a bad job.
Yes.
But so I wonder if all of this was a ruse by Galvatron to move Metroplex out of Autobot City to a different area, so that he can, he's less defensible. Like, now he doesn't have to...
Because he's literally just out in a field.
Yeah, Metroplex says it's a residential area, but it looks like just a field.
Yeah.
With some nice Airbnbs.
Exactly.
But yeah, he Autobot City plus Metroplex equals invincible, apparently. But
yes,
Metroplex by himself, with lots of casualties to be implied, perhaps is more vulnerable.
Yeah. Which,
But I like that they're actually using him as a mobile command unit to go to different places.
Because in Scramble City, he's like a moving platform. Like, he's got, like, giant wheels.
Well, even in Thief in the Night, he walks across the planet.
Right. So, yeah, it's cool seeing them actually, A, use Metroplex, and B, use the Protectobots for once.
Yeah.
In their, like, civil service role. Where they're not exactly, like, Hotspot's one of the few that's, like, mostly combat oriented. Like, he's dual wielding revolvers and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
for
pretty
a rescue
sick.
helicopter, he's got giant guns.
Yeah. But we also get our spotlight on First Aid, which is a very cool character. But what you're saying about the French mafia getting hired by Galvatron, this is true because when Spike and Daniel infiltrate Trypticon, not only does Vortex confirm that they have hired humans to do repair work before, Cyclonus, of all people, also confirms it as well. So this is just a known thing for some reason.
Yeah.
Which I guess, at this point, the Decepticons are like on the back foot.
Yeah.
And Trypticon has been damaged, so they don't really have like the guns to go after people. So like them laying low... And, like, humans are kind of more dominant now. They have more of, like, an imposing presence that has to be paid attention to.
Yeah, yeah.
So them actually working as, like, a legitimate client for human businesses and stuff makes sense.
Right.
Them having ties to the French mafia makes sense. So...
also, it's not confirmed that these guys are French. That's just based off of
They just look very stereotypically French.
Yeah. The hat, the stripes, and the little moustache.
And the little moustache.
But yeah, yeah, and it's like, they've worked with Abdul Fakadi, they've worked with Burger, they've worked with Dancitron. Yeah, it's not out of their wheelhouse to do this.
But it's just funny that they're like...
interesting that they're actually, like, paying.
Right.
And
Maybe they don't
they're
get paid. Maybe they just threaten their...
and they're having parts delivered to them. Oh, the what were they called? The brothers that were stealing the cars in New York.
Oh, yes. My brain's just going to the PSA now with tracks.
Not those brothers. The mafia in New York. Geddes brothers.
The Geddes brothers. There we go.
But yeah, here they're just having parts delivered to them, like Amazon or something.
Yeah. Which is a very fun little infiltration sequence, and we get some cool shots of the interior of Triptychon.
Ew! Why is he techno-organic?
He's fleshy.
Ew, I don't like it.
He's got the Unicron innards.
Maybe
He's all fleshy. And
maybe
old.
they dug up Godzilla and turned him into a transformer.
Oh.
Make Godzilla
Out of one of the
canon.
many times that he's been disintegrated or something.
Right. So I wonder if Galvatron got the idea for the ultimate weapon from the last episode where everybody was talking about, I want my ultimate weapon.
And then he's like, that's not a bad idea.
But he was too.
But I don't have the resources.
He was
to
too
make that.
broke to buy one.
Yes.
So he bluffs with a RC car remote.
It's
A
so
staple
good.
gun.
It's so good.
Also, I don't think we've ever seen Galvatron or Megatron bluff before.
No, which is honestly how the mighty have fallen. This feels like something Starscream would do.
You know who hasn't fallen? I laugh every time Swindle tries to sell the cog that he steals to his boss.
I love Swindle in this
love him.
episode.
He's so good.
He doesn't show up that much.
Yeah,
but
he's
when
only
he
a
does,
part of it. He's super effective.
he's really effective.
Because he's tormenting First Aid in that first part.
Jeez, it's brutal.
He knows how to play people.
Yeah.
But he can't play Galvatron. He just gets shot.
Yeah. I love...
He also says something about Transformers.
Yes.
He mentions the word Transformers.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
But I love that they draw a direct contrast between First Aid and Swindle.
Yeah.
Where Swindle
They're both
is a
part of
bot
the
with
combiner.
no morals.
Yeah.
And First Aid is a bot with morals.
Yeah,
In
with
fact, with
extreme
morals that supersede his loyalty to the Autobots as well. Like,
Yeah.
the fact that he is a self-proclaimed pacifist.
Yeah. And apparently everybody knows about how you feel about fighting. Even the Decepticons, apparently.
Exactly.
But yeah. And I love that the Autobots are accepting of that.
Yeah, they're
Because,
very sensitive to his...
That's what they're fighting for.
Mhm.
You know, is to let people be at peace and not have to fight.
Yeah, he's like the new Beachcomber, basically. But to more of an extreme. I feel like Beachcomber has taken on traits of First Aid in recent interpretations. But yeah, I like that. I like the kind of general pace of his arc throughout this, where he's got a crisis of faith. It's tied to Rodimus's crisis of faith, which also Rodimus's crisis of faith is really funny to watch play out, where he's just like, "Oh, I'm no good at this," and then Ultra Magnus is like, "Oh, you're doing great, sweetie. You're doing so good."
This is the most
He's so mopey.
the most complimentary Ultra Magnus has ever been. Towards
Instead
Rodimus.
of just bossing him around and being like,
Yeah.
"Look, you gotta get it done."
The past couple of episodes have really worn down Rodimus. He's had, I mean, all of season 3 wears down Rodimus.
Yes,
But
this
like,
is
like
the beginnings of
he
his
was-
burden hardest to bear arc.
Yeah, he was getting better, and then the last 2 episodes I think wore down on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he was bored, and then he was failing to bring peace between these two people without violence.
Yeah.
and now here he feels like nothing he's doing is holding his team together.
Which, the First Aid leaving feeds into that
Right,
as well.
right. But Ultra Magnus has actually got some respect for him now.
Yeah.
He sees the leader that he is capable of being.
Right.
And he's actually very complimentary towards him in this episode.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristically so, but...
Well, I think that Ultra Magnus is starting to have a bit of an arc where he's starting to respect Rodimus.
Yeah, he got to go to a peace conference and smile.
Yes, yeah.
It softened him up.
Yeah, that the first intergalactic
little-
peace conference. Yeah. But yeah, I think that it's interesting for First Aid. I think that absolute pacifism, where he won't even fight,
Yeah. Won't even pick up a gun.
yeah, is a very extreme position for a Transformer to take, and yet stay with one of the factions. You know,
Yes.
especially staying with the Autobots. Obviously, he's not going to be with the Decepticons. And we've had pacifists before, but they went to other planets and eventually learned to fight, like
Right.
the Paradron, you know. And then Beachcomber, he's a pacifist, but he's willing to defend himself and defend what he cares about.
Yeah.
I think that First Aid is trying to compute the Hippocratic Oath.
Yes.
And he's in conflict with, doing no harm and being a medic.
Right.
Because later he does fix Metroplex, which is enabling more fighting, which he
True.
doesn't have a problem with. He just specifically himself, he doesn't like fighting. So apparently he's okay, because he was willing and he's willing to stay with the Autobots, be a medic for the Autobots, but he doesn't want to fight himself. But he's pro Autobot. He's pro,
yeah.
And I think that's where his little schism is coming from. Is he feels like, if I'm not for fighting myself, why am I condoning other people fighting? And if I'm not fighting myself,
I'm just a hindrance.
I'm a hindrance to everybody, because if I wasn't the one there fighting trying to get the cog from Swindle, somebody else could have been there and have protected the cog.
Because most of his arc is focused on the fact that...
Although it seemed like random circumstance that he happened to be the one there.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, a lot of his arc is focused on the fact that he is a hindrance. Is that he's not doing enough.
Yeah.
Which is why it ties in specifically with Rodimus.
Yeah.
In that Rodimus feels like everything he does, he's doing it wrong, and that he's a hindrance to the Autobots.
Hmm.
And First Aid, though, has the luxury to be able to just kind of screw off and do his own thing.
Yeah.
Which is apparently to go and hang out with Mr. Miyagi. Nulla, or Nulla, or whatever he's called. Null A.
Who is Null A?
Who is Null A?
And why does he get the Sensei music?
Yes.
In Holland.
Because he's a New York Yankees fan.
Yeah. How does he know Wreck-Gar?
How does he know Wreck-Gar? I didn't think Wreck-Gar knew anybody.
I love this guy.
He's cool.
He's so mysterious.
He's just kind of hanging out. He's got his own little junkyard, and he's not good at repairing stuff because First Aid spends a single day there and fixes everything.
Is he a stripped down Transformer? Is he just a nude Transformer? Or is he
a minimalist Transformer?
Or is he a different species of robot? Like,
I don't know, because
like
I always assumed
and he's
that
just
he
living on Earth. Or was he built on Earth and became sentient?
That's what I always assumed, mainly because of the New York Yankees hat, is that he was a robot that became sentient on Earth.
Somehow he knows Wreck-Gar.
And somehow he knows Wreck-Gar. Maybe he broadcast the TV to Wreck-Gar.
Yep. Maybe he's just heard of Wreck-Gar.
Maybe.
Yeah. But, yeah. The, Hotspot is able to talk, after, Null A is able to instill in
First
Aid that
a sense of usefulness.
Yeah, you are important because you are able to fix things, right? That's what you're good at, just focus on that. And then Hotspot comes back and is able to talk him into coming back to the Autobots because he's important, because he's able to, they need him, not just because he's a medic, but because they need him as a friend. Like, their team is incomplete without him.
Yeah.
Which
I think is a really good...
Defensor could have scramble city'd an arm from Superion, but it's the theme that their team is incomplete without him. They miss their friend.
And it's not just that, like, we want you back because you're useful.
Yeah.
It's that we want you back because we care.
Yeah. But also, he is the only one that can fix Metroplex.
Conveniently, yes.
Yeah, conveniently. So it's showing him that, look, there is a job that only you can fulfill, and it does not have to be about violence.
Right.
I mean, it is enabling more violence for other people, but you do not have to be violent to be important to our team.
Right.
Yeah. And somehow this helps Rodimus realize that...
I can use the most powerful weapon of all, my mind. It's got that Sherlock Holmes mind palace in there.
Right. But I think what's important is that his team can function. Like, they are people that can... He is able to delegate. He doesn't have to fix everything himself.
Yes.
But by being a good team, he's shown that they respect him as a leader.
Yeah, and then like with first aid, he learns that he has value outside of his position.
Yeah.
Is that he's not defined by his purpose on the team.
Yeah.
He's defined by his presence among friends.
Right.
Like that's what
he's defined as who he is, and who he is is important to his friends.
Yeah, because it's easy to easily categorize all the Transformers into this is what they do.
Yeah.
This is what you turn into. This is what you do.
Yeah. Literally, a lot of times, like in the Align continuity, they were put into caste systems by what they transformed into.
Right.
Yeah.
And in like some of the IDW comics, it's like what you transformed into. There was like the functionist cults and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, on a meta level as well as an in-universe level, you are not just the toy. You are not just the thing that you transform into.
Because the Transformers are characters.
Yeah, they are fundamentally characters, and that's what's important.
Yeah, and I think that Rodimus, as we'll see in Burden Hardest to Bear, he misses being just Hot Rod.
And
and so he, by seeing that, if first aid can be more than just the medic who gets in the way, then I can be more than just the pusher, the pencil pusher prime. I can be Rodimus Prime.
Exactly.
I can be a leader.
And
I can use my mind.
Yes, I have the touch. I have the power.
Yeah.
But all of that to say that you are not the thing that you transform into. However, Trypticon is just Godzilla.
I love Trypticon in this episode. Oh my goodness.
They even go with the atomic breath.
Finally, we have a good-looking Metroplex versus Trypticon fight.
It looks great.
It's so good. And Trypticon does the Godzilla train thing where he picks up the train and looks inside it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He uses the atomic breath. It's like, bruh.
That cop did not make it out. He totally got stepped on by Trypticon.
Yeah, no, he's done.
That guy's flat.
He's over.
That guy is flat. I thought that it was really cool and brave of Silverbolt to fly inside of Trypticon.
Yes.
It shows
such a cool sequence.
That is a cool sequence, and also such a triumphant moment for Silverbolt, who's usually either really, really down or really scared.
Or afraid of heights.
He's really come a long way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love how much play the aerial bots are getting this far into season 3.
Right.
They get very consistent.
They were in Big Broadcast also. So, I forgot to mention earlier, when Rodimus and Magnus and and Spike and Daniel deliver the parts, they are using some sort of temporary paint or hologram similar to the episode Masquerade to change their colors.
Yes.
So I have to ask, more recolors when, Hasbro?
Do it.
Also, they
made
reused
cash grabs for less.
Daniel does the same scream 4 times in a row.
Oh yeah,
that was grating.
That was certainly something. That's for sure.
Oh man, but man, I love getting the scale of first aid climbing up the back of Metroplex.
This weirdly,
and that
most of this episode
being
is
in sunset.
Yeah. It feels very 80s, like, Japan aesthetic. Like, city pop sort of vibes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel like most of this episode also has fairly consistent scale for the most part. It varies. It always varies.
There's some animation errors in there, and I'll get to that in the errors part.
But for the most part, I think the scale and the weight of most of the Transformers and like the Combiners and the City Transformers, they all feel fairly weighty and heavy and appropriate.
Well, there is that one point where I love how, because they have the wrong cogs, they're only like half transformed. The city, the two city bots are only half transformed.
That like janky malfunctioning fight that they're having.
But there's that one part where like Metroplex jumps and then lands, and I feel like that should have caused an earthquake.
I know.
Also, the transformation cogs look like just half of the design from Five Faces of Darkness, and they're all sparkly.
Yeah, sparkly and translucent.
Yeah, interesting. There's a lot of pats on the back at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Is this what I get for a full 22-minute episode? Is just people patting each other on the back for 2 minutes?
You did good, Rodimus. You did good, First Aid. You did good too, Metroplex.
I love how Metroplex butts in like, hey, compliment me.
He's like, give me praise.
And I guess Trypticon just sank into a mire.
Yeah, I love the consistency of Trypticon will always just sink into the ocean.
Like Godzilla.
So, he's just Transformers Godzilla.
Anyway.
I cannot stress this enough.
For the groovy music, the movie level animation, and a pretty decent story, this is a high watermark for season 3.
Yeah.
I feel like
A very solid episode.
Yeah, maybe not as dark and well character plotted as Web World, but
I would much rather end on this episode than Carnage in C minor.
But no, I love this episode. This is just a good fun episode for season 3. And it's set on Earth, which is kind of a rarity.
Yeah.
In the later part of season 3. I mean, they go to Earth a lot, but they go to space a lot too. A lot more than season 2. Per capita. Whatever that means. Anything else you want to mention?
Yankees, baby.
Yeah, I wonder if Null A we'll ever see a toy of him that's like
a random callback in the Energon comic universe or something.
Well, I feel like you could either use a headmaster and call it Null A. Like, remember in Titan's Return when they were just spitting out tons of headmasters?
Yeah.
The little guys. You could make one of those Null A, or you could do like a parts character, where you put one part of a character into a package of an action figure, and you get like 5 of them, and you're able to put the parts together to make an extra action figure.
Yes.
Okay, look. Sometimes in action figure lines, especially in like superhero toys, you'll buy an action figure, but it will come with a spare part, which is part of another action figure. So like, Wonder Woman comes with a robot arm, and then Superman comes with a robot leg, and Batman comes with a robot head, and then you get all 5 or 6 of them, and you put them together, and now you've got Brainiac.
Didn't they do that for? I feel like they did that for Transmutate at one point.
Yes.
That feels like something they would have done.
Yeah, in the Beast, one of the Beast Wars re-release lines.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
But
yeah,
I don't know.
They did that for Transmutate.
Hasbro, do it.
They need to do that for Autobot X.
Yes.
They need to do it for Null A, and they need to do it for. But that's assuming that the action figures are affordable.
Look, all they need to do to make it even more expensive is to do Death's Head as...
Oh, they recently... Death's Head.
Because the licensing behind that would be insane.
They did Alchemist Prime in Cyberverse.
Oh, cool.
Was that way. Yeah.
Nice.
So Hasbro has done it recently, you know. I say recently, that was like, what, 10 years ago?
The people yearn for Null A, and by the people, I mean 2 people.
Anyway. Alright, anything else?
That's it.
Alright.
On to our segments.
Favorite quote from each episode. Web World. Anti-usual behavior is not permitted.
I thought it was anti-mutual.
Oh, mutual? Is that?
I feel like it is, but it could be...
I thought he said anti-usual.
Anti-usual. I mean, it still works.
Stop! He'll be a mindless machine! Aren't we all, in a way?
Creepy.
What's happening? Feedback!
We didn't really mention it that much, but Galvatron's madness infects the planet. That's great.
That was fantastic.
I love that.
I love it. I love it.
I hate the Autobots. I hate Cyclonus. And I'm not very fond of you either. Galvatron.
Carnage in C minor.
Just keep repeating that for the rest of for 22 whole minutes.
Basso profundo with ha. And then Allegro with the
Oh, this episode hurt, man.
bah! Unconscious. She won't feel a thing.
Jeez.
Golly, Galvatron.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Big broadcast of 2008. 6. Sorry.
2008. Whoa.
Goodness, wow.
We're skipping around.
Don't suppose I can interest you in a used mantle. Rodimus. Perhaps, Cyclonus, I still would not care. Galvatron. Our 5-year mission to share our signal with all the sloppy life forms that are our enemies.
Yeah, there's so many movie references
Oh,
in
and
this
then
one.
Transformers is already starting to nostalgia reference itself when
Yes.
Galvatron says, "We got the touch!"
Yes.
And later, they reference G.I. Joe with, "Yo, Jack!"
Oh, yeah, I love that one. I love this whole interchange between the little guy carrying the Quintesson journal and Wreck-Guards. Thank you very much. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to put this in the tube pile. Right, Chief. And don't call me Chief. Sorry, Chief.
I quote that all the time.
I do too.
The Quintesson Journal. I don't like you, but I dislike your senseless war even more. A textbook case.
This is honestly, I think this might be a contender for one of the coldest lines a Quintesson has ever said.
Yes.
Congratulations. It's taken you only a few thousand years to comprehend your folly, and we shall reward your perceptiveness by providing you your ultimate weapons, as promised. Already armed and set to explode on impact. Are you ready to take delivery? It's chilling. They're so cold and calloused.
The ultimate weapon.
I detect the nauseating stench of Autobot fumes. So pure, so pollutant-free. Apparently you can smell Autobots.
Yeah,
or at least Vortex can.
Apparently they use cleaner energy.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you get used to losing, Galvatron? It's all you ever do. Rodimus dishing him out with the best.
He kind of got a point though.
Okay, this was my favorite one. Triptychon turned Metroplex into slum!
He was working.
Get it? Because he's a city? He's gonna be a slum?
I feel like
It's so good!
I feel like Triptychon spent his entire time being conscious and knowing that Metroplex was his nemesis.
Yes.
He spent his whole life cooking up that insult. And he's so proud of it.
Alright. We gotta say it one more time.
Oh yeah.
I used the real ultimate weapon.
My mind.
Alright, favorite character in this batch of episodes. Mention who and why.
I really like First Aid. I don't know if he's my favorite. Cyclonus is good, but Cyclonus is always good. Honestly, I think it's probably First Aid. He's sticking out the most to me throughout all of this.
I might want to say Galvatron.
Galvatron, yeah. He's got a
In
wide
this-
range in this set of
Specifically in
episodes.
this grouping of episodes, Galvatron gets a wide range of things to do.
You
like-
know, I might have to change it too, because I could not help but root for Galvatron at the end of Web World.
Yeah.
It's so cathartic to see him just tear the whole place apart.
Yeah. And the idea that his madness is too much for the planet.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because obviously he has a fantastic starring role in Web World, but then he's just this, then we get to see a little bit of Megatron come out, actually, in Carnage in C Minor, and then he's just this snarky brat in Big Broadcast.
Right.
And then he's still a snarky brat in Quintesson Journal, and then he's
kind of back to normal. On
he's just kind of nuts with we are going to destroy Metroplex, and I'm going to bluff my way out of this.
Yeah.
I've got a secret weapon. There's always my secret weapon. I'll believe that when I see it. So I think I'm going to go with Galvatron in this batch of episodes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because I want to say like, First Aid in his episode, obviously, but he's only in his episode.
Right.
I want to say Null A, but he's only in there for 2 seconds.
I want to say the Quintesson.
I want to say Rodimus, but he's in and out of all these episodes.
Yeah, I think Galvatron takes
is
the spot for me,
consistent.
too.
Yeah, through this whole batch of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Magic Slidey Hand Tech.
Noteworthy gadgets that Transformers pull out of their various body parts per episode, or just various weird
gadgets.
little things.
Yeah.
Web World has paperwork, a force field box, X-ray paper. I really liked when they folded that thing out. That was pretty cool. And just all of the web-based stuff, all of the technology and the architecture and stuff of Torculon.
Yeah.
Carnage in C Minor. Just the recording buttons on Soundwave.
Yes.
Big Broadcast of 2006 has the little like tractor beam like grabbing things.
Yeah.
Quintesson Journal has Predaking's lion head can function as a radio dial, apparently.
I thought that was hilarious.
The journal itself is it's just a gold cylinder that belongs in the tube pile.
It changes design between the 2 episodes.
Yeah, sometimes it's like brown and gray, and then other times it's gold.
Kind of reminds me of in Transformers Prime when all of the artifacts start landing on Earth in those little pods. I wonder if there are 2 different if there were supposed to be 2 different Quintesson journals.
Yeah.
And they were just flying out into space after the destruction. I like to think that it makes it more consistent if it's just one.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
The ultimate weapon, the T-Cogs, they look different. They're shaped different, but pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a welding pen that I believe Spike uses.
No. First Aid uses it to weld the T-Cog in.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Also, I forgot, but Ultra Magnus has like little welders that he's hot wiring Omega Supreme with.
Yeah. Errors.
Favorite errors. Web World. We have Soundwave with no vocoder. Carnage in C Minor. Scale is shot in this.
It's just all of this, man.
I still hate Basso Profundo's chin mustache.
I love his chin mustache.
People talk about beautiful music, but it's just a lot of noise.
It's just noise.
There are people in the wrong places all the time.
The dead rise.
The dead rise. Brawn and Huffer are here.
Yep.
You can take this as they are back to being alive if you want, but Huffer is mentioned as being dead in Dark Awakening, so take that as you will. I love
Justice
the bit
for my boy Huffer.
I love the shot of smug Galvatron, and then he's holding hands with Soundwave as they fly below the trees.
Whee!
Anyway.
Hold me close, Soundwave.
The Big Broadcast of 2006, Wreck-Gar flips the Quintessons off in British.
Oh, fun.
I know he's just throwing peace signs, but if he like turned that around, that's flipping you off in British.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. Ultra Magnus is welding space.
Yes.
He's supposed to be welding
He's
inside.
key to the fabric of the universe.
Yeah, Omega Supreme, but in one shot, it's just space. The Quintesson journal. Why is the journal just floating on a random wall?
Maybe it
Come on,
goes
people.
into a little slot or something.
It's just it's just
It's gravity.
on the side of the wall next to the
gravity.
back.
It's got like a little
It's
gravity thing. It's
They're like,
it's
all right,
floating
we're
it.
gonna use this as
magnets.
wall decoration. Next to is pointing the way to the bathroom.
You don't know the Quintesson traditions on their journals.
I just feel like it could have been like in a more secure location.
Fine.
First aid, ultimate weapon. First aid holds a gun.
Against his beliefs.
Yeah. There are big trees and tiny buildings.
I will say, I love the scale on Triptychon where his tail is swooshing back and forth and it's crashing into buildings and stuff. That's cool. That's super cool.
That felt really, really kinesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, when he goes in, when he gets thrown into the marsh, those must be some really big trees in that marsh.
Yes.
And then Rodimus stands behind a tiny building that's supposed to be behind him. Next segment!
TF Wiki Go Button Trivia, where one of us takes a random page from TF Wiki and summarizes. So this one is Molecule Breaking Up Weapon. Its entire description is a breakup letter. Dear Decepticon, I know that we are enemies, but I have to put my job first, before any interpersonal relationships. I used my molecule breaking up weapons to destroy the bonds holding those rocks together, allowing you to escape. And you must understand that this is a task I cannot carry out for only one individual. I only hope in time that the pain will fade. Sincerely, Rescue Force 2. It's fantastic. It is literally a breaking up weapon.
Whoever wrote that page, good job.
Fantastic.
There's a lot more on that page.
Yes,
You can
read it for yourself. We're skimming through that one because, honestly, we might have done it before. We're not entirely sure. So, we're getting 2 for 2 today. And, Frankie, what is your TF Wiki Go Button Trivia?
Ninja Gladiator!
Oh.
Is a Flippy Flop Industries popular fighting game. This is the video game that Bumblebee is playing in Transformers Animated with Sari Sunback.
Is so good.
On this page, they have a full like SNES type of cover art. It looks like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe is karate kicking.
It's not just looks like Snake
monster.
Eyes. It is legitimately Snake Eyes.
There's Snake Eyes karate kicking some sort of... honestly, it looks like the Dweller in the Depths, kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah. Some sort of monster.
Like a dragon thing with tentacles.
And then you've got several characters in here. You've got... Anton, which it looks like an ant. Like, honestly, he could be a character from Beast Wars. You've got Big Boss, who... man, who does he remind me of?
He looks like a beefy version of the Doctor from Earthspark, the one who's Mandroid.
No, he looks like... Well, yeah, he's got a robot arm, too, it looks like. He looks like...
like a Ben 10 character.
Like Ben 10. Man.
Maybe a little bit of like Danny Phantom-ish.
Yeah, kind of Danny Phantom. I can't think of who. Dang.
I love Brett.
Brett is just like...
He's a man with car
He's a man
wheels.
trying to be a transformer because he's got wheels on his hands and feet. Or maybe he's just got dumbbells. I don't know. You got Felina, who is like a furry. You got HGBG, who's got a big brain.
Oh, it's not just HGBG. It's Hideous Giant Brain Guy.
Yeah.
Who is from the original Marvel Transformers
Yeah.
comics.
Let's see if the rest of these guys are from anything. No.
That is a legendary pull.
Yeah.
Miles Mayhem.
You've got Miles Mayhem, which is basically what Captain Fanzone thinks he looks like. The old soldier, which is like some sort of...
He's from Mask.
Cthulhu. Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from the
Venom,
right? With the evil guys.
Yeah.
From Mask.
Cool. Robic. He's like some sort of goofy-looking priest or something.
It's Bot.
Yeah, I wish.
And it's Slaughter
Snake Eyes.
Steelgrave.
Slaughter Steelgrave looks like... Honestly, it looks like the
He's the
Spirius robots from Lego.
He's apparently the leader of the Destructors from Tommy's Starriers franchise.
Ah.
So a lot of these are references to other things.
Yeah.
Brett is the protagonist of the 1984 cartoon Turbo Teen, which is very well known for a contextless clip showing Brett's transformation into a sports car. Hence why he's just a guy leaned over with 4 wheels.
Okay.
All of these are from various different obscure cartoons. Felina is Lieutenant Felina Farrell from the 90s cartoon SWAT Cats, the Radical Squadron. Big Boss is... he's a villain of the Hasbro toy line and DIC show Cops. And then the Old Soldier is...
Antron is apparently from Micronauts.
Ah, okay. Yeah, Old Soldier is based off of Gargoyles.
Ah, yeah.
Wow. Wild. And then Snake Eyes is Snake Eyes.
Robic is based on Gizmo, a robot character from the cartoon Superbook.
Huh.
Interesting. Cute.
What a wild little deep dive.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. On to our next segment. Cliffhanger questions. Last time Hayden asked... Well, I suppose you should read that.
Oh, yes.
Again.
Well, I asked Frankie, what Transformer character do you think needs to make a comeback or be reinvented?
So, I could go on and on.
Yes.
Last episode we discussed that we need a comeback for Octane.
Yes.
Octane needs a comeback. But if I had to pick one, well, it would actually be one team, and that would be the Horror Cons.
Ooh.
I would love to see them live up to their name, because they have so much potential. Because they both... Okay, so they're Headmaster Triple Changers, and their heads become both the robot head and the creature heads. Because they can turn... they're robot, they have an animal mode, and they have a jet mode. So both of them turn jets. One's an SR-71, and the other one's a Cybertron jet. One turns into a dragon, and the other one turns into an ape. One is called Ape Face, and one is called Snapdragon. Not very intimidating names, but that name, the Horror Cons, and the concept of them being like this mishmash of 2 different specialty groups, the Triple Changers and the Headmasters.
Yeah.
You could get really wild with that. Like there's the Monster Pretender Bots combiner team that becomes Monstructor. You could push them sort of in that direction. You could make them like the Terracons, where they're they feel like an offshoot of the Terracons.
Right.
So you could take the Horror Cons and turn them into like these monsters of like mythic proportion that you'd probably have to change their names, but keep the kind of design idea. Maybe you could make them cannibals or something like that. They strip parts from other Transformers and add them to their own armor so that they can transform into more things. So the more Transformers they eat, the more modes they transform into.
Oh, that's good.
Until that they like Shin Godzilla, like they just every time you break off a part, they keep evolving into different and every time you break off a part, it like evolves into more Transformers. And like they eventually, if they eat enough, they will like consume a whole planet or something like that, and the whole planet will be a HorrorCon planet, and that's when they start producing their own Transformers.
Oh man, they're like the Tyranids from 40K.
Yeah,
but, like
make them the
two
Tyranids.
dudes.
Yeah, make them the Tyranids.
Oh, jeez.
Just, I really want them to live up to that name of being these horrific cons.
Yes.
You know, just these terrifying monstrosities.
The type of characters that they get, the type of character introduction that the ring wraiths do from Strider. Just, what are they? They were once men.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now they are sworn to being an ape and a snapdragon. You could even, like, lean into snapdragon. What's a snapdragon? It's a type of carnivorous plant.
Yeah.
Lean into the fact that he's like a horrifying plant thing.
Exactly, you know? And that's what I'm saying is, like, each time they defeat somebody, they take on more transformations, so you never know really where they are.
Yeah.
They could be anywhere.
Ugh.
They could transform into your friend.
That's good.
Yeah.
He could be in this very room. It could be you. It could be me.
And we'll see them at the end in season 4 and in Headmasters.
Yep.
Because they are in Rebirth and they are in Headmasters for like 2 seconds.
They will certainly be there, that's for sure.
Yep. Anyway. But yeah, I would love to do more with a character concept that has a name like that.
Yes.
So horror cons.
Actually living up to the name.
Yeah.
Creepy.
You could do a lot with that.
That'd
Anyway.
be good.
Yeah, you could have.
Awesome.
IDW could have made them part of the Dead universe.
True. Yeah. IDW's got some crazy good horror in it.
The Transformers Prime could have made them part of the zombies, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I understand them wanting to use Terracons, though. I mean, we've had Terracon show up several times because you've got the Terracon Combiner team from G1, you've got the Terracons in Transformers Energon, and then the Terracon zombies in Transformers Prime. So
Makes
I
sense.
understand why that name is a little more prevalent, but I feel like a one-off with these terrifying horror cons could have been really good.
Lean into the bio horror that's so present in G1.
Yeah. Ooh, if you brought them in during Beast Machines?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
They had a lot of good duos in Beast Machines, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And, the whole techno-organic integration storyline, they could have really done, like, here's the horrors of techno-organic
Right.
versus the Zen
Yeah.
techno-organic.
The Zen punk.
Yeah. All right. With that, I'm not going to ask you a question this time because this is our final episode before our summer hiatus.
Yes.
Don't worry, everybody. This is our last normal episode. We will have a couple of short special episodes in June and July.
We're going out of the 80s. We're going to cover some actual current events. Heaven forbid.
Probably so. And then we will be back in August, continuing our discussion of Season 3 of the Transformers Generation 1 from 1986.
Yep.
Reviewing the episodes The Dweller in the Depths, Only Human, Grimlock's New Brain, and Money is Everything.
Oh, these are some fun ones.
And we may actually have a guest for real this time.
Woohoo!
Well, thank you all so much for joining us and listening to our many ramblings.
And at the time of this recording, these Transformers episodes are available on the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel, as well as on DVD and several other streaming services such as Tubi and Pluto. Not sponsored, haven't been sponsored, never will be sponsored most likely. We will not be bought, but we can't accept money.
Our podcast is available on YouTube and Spotify.
And with that, we will sink into the ocean just like Triptychon, and
It will take us all summer to dig ourselves out.
Yes.
Meanwhile, all of our listeners listening to this podcast are just quoting Galvatron. Stop that hideous noise!
Ah! Stop that hideous noise!